Hey everybody, welcome back to the farm. We are having another rainy day here in Georgia. It is a mucky, muddy mess. I'm so over this rain, but it is going to make for an incredible spring as far as the flowers and the grass and everything that we need to grow. So it's going to be incredible in that respect. So I'll be glad that we had all this rain here shortly, but right now it's just a mucky, muddy mess. I had the barn all dried out and raked out, and I was getting ready to hopefully start bringing in some M10, which is a crushed gravel sand, if you will, and lay it down in here on top of a tarp rather. But here we are, rain and muck again, so it's going to have to wait a few days. But I wanted to give you an update on everybody since it's a crap day, and just let you know what's going on. So the girls are going to be 2 years old in 3 weeks. Joy's rolling. They are going, goodness gracious, Joy. Good girl, good girl. March the 11th and March the 13th, they're going to be 2 years old. They are doing great. Right now, dirty, and they need to be brushed because I just brought them in out of the rain. I need Farm Wife to come over and braid their manes and their forelocks for their birthday party and put birthday hats on them and take photos and everything, but yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. But we will get Jewel training them here very shortly. When I get back from Ohio, March the 11th, I will start using Jewel to start working with the girls. I want them to be 2. There's no reason I have to wait till they're 2, but psychologically, I don't want to do anything with them till they're 2. I just want them to hang out and be children until they're 2. And they're still going to be children, and they're still going to be rowdy and doing all the crazy things that they do. They get into everything. They're so mischievous. They knock buckets over. They take stuff off the wall. They go into everybody else's stalls. They're just mischievous children. Joy and Jewel, they're just laid back old timers. They just don't care. But anyway, so that's what's going on with those girls. You know, Chief went to West Virginia, I don't know, 3 months ago or so, and they are just absolutely loving him up there. Here's the latest video of the little 8-year-old girl riding Chief.
Welcome back to another episode of Friday with Freedom. Today, we have Jackson following us over there, and I'm just riding Chief. This first part of the ride was really stressful, but I'm not that tense anymore, and everyone helped me along the way. So, give a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure to leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and leave a like. And give a big thanks to our special guest today, Eden. She's right behind there on Jubal, the black one with the big nose. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
She just loves him, and you know, her feet can't even fit into the stirrups yet, but Chief just trucks right on along and knows what he's supposed to do and takes good care of her. And you guys have been seeing a lot of Jewel lately. I've been doing most of the videos on her. She's doing great. I ground drove her. She did really good on the ground driving. I haven't shown you that yet, but that'll be coming up here pretty soon. And her scratches, I'm working on those pretty vigorously. However, with all of this rain, it is just not helping at all, but we're getting there.
As well as her scratches, I want you to see her hoof down here. That blowout, I mean, it looks real good. It got trimmed up real nice, and it's growing out pretty good. Isn't that right, baby? Yeah. Scratches are doing well. I need to, she's got ergots back here growing real thick on the back. You know, it's like a chestnut. And those ergots need to be trimmed pretty severely. So we'll get those trimmed on the next session.
One thing I forgot to say about the girls is veterinary Zoe is going to be out on Tuesday at 2:30, and she is going to give them their annual vaccines, their strangles, their Coggins, and just an overall general checkup. Heart rate, breathing, temperature, fecal sample, basically everything we did with Jewel in her office, except she's going to come here. I'm going to have to pay $50 for a farm call, but no big deal. But she'll be out here Tuesday at 2:30. I'm not going to film that because it's going to be the exact same thing that we did with Jewel. And if you didn't see that, then you can go back about 3 episodes and see where we took Jewel in and got all of her vaccinations done. Joy here, she is supposed to be going to an outfitter in Cody, Wyoming. He wants her pretty bad. He's got videos and pictures of her, and he wants her pretty bad, but his communication is not the best. He sent me a guy's name and number that said this guy's in Paducah, Kentucky, and he's going to be contacting you to transport Joy to Cody, Wyoming for me. Well, the guy never called, so I called him twice, and he never answered, so I texted him. And then he called me back and he said, well, I'm not going out to Cody, Wyoming until June. I'm going out there for Jake Clark Mule Days. And I don't really know what this guy out in Cody's talking about. I mean, it was real vague. And I said, oh, so you're getting vagueness as much as I am. And he said, yeah. So he and I coordinated and we got on the same sheet of music. And then I reached back out to the guy in Cody and I wrote him a 3-paragraph email and he responded, okay, sounds good. So I don't have any money for her yet, but supposedly she's going to Cody, Wyoming. So we'll see if that actually happens. And like I told you in last week's video, I'm going to Ohio, back up to the Amish land, March the 6th through the 10th or 11th. I'm not sure if I'm coming back on Friday or Saturday. I'm just going to play it by ear. I don't have any reason to get back, but I may have accomplished everything that I need to have accomplished and may not just want to stay there. Joy rolled, as you heard, and she's got litter all over her. She kind of wants to come out, but she doesn't want to come out because it's the only place that's dry on the farm is in her stall. So my intent up there in Ohio is to pick up a few things for the sickle bar mower and pick up a few things for possibly trimming my own feet. And with these big old girls, I'm going to need a set of Amish shoeing stocks. So I'm going to see if I can't pick up a used set of shoeing stocks up there. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I'm going to try to pick those up. But doing this YouTube channel, I've met a lot of neat people. And I haven't literally met them, but you kind of feel like you know them. And they feel like they know you because they watch your videos every week. And they kind of open up and share stuff with you. And it's just kind of neat that total strangers open up to you like that. I have regular viewers that comment every week, but about 2.5 years ago, I did a video on Mule Talk, and it was before I knew how to do videos and before I knew how to edit. And I said things that were wrong in that video. I said them backwards, and I flat out said stuff incorrectly. And those videos were about 2.5 years ago, like I said, and you can go back and look at them and see what a dump this farm was when I bought it, because it was right after I bought the farm. If you remember, about 3 months ago, I did a video called Lost History, and I spoke about the reason I was doing for the YouTube videos was to preserve history so that you could go back and remember and see exactly how it was and know factually how it happened, and it wasn't just somebody's memory. I'm going to link those mule videos at the end of this video, part 1 and part 2. For some reason, those videos are getting a lot of traction. I don't know why, but I get comments on them every single day. Had a comment from a real sweet lady this morning, and she just said, my great-grandparents had trusty mules. Thank you for sharing this. It brought back good memories to her, obviously. But a guy named Michael reached out to me last week, and he wrote me a real nice letter. It was probably 3-paragraph letter, and I asked him if I could share it on this week's video, and he said I could. It just goes in the keeping of the mules versus the horses. Michael grew up in the city. He grew up in Washington, D.C., and as an adult, he's in a car club, and one of the members of the car club was a World War II veteran. The greatest generation of all time. We're losing those guys at like 1,500 a day just because they're dying off, and pretty soon there ain't going to be any World War II veterans around. But anyway, that World War II veteran told Michael that he was a mule skinner in Europe during World War II. And he was talking about how trustworthy the mules were, and how you could, hey, baby, hey, what you doing? Huh? What you doing? And how you could trust them, and how if you just watched and observed the mule, that they would teach you a lot. He spoke of a time when the mule skinner was leading a pack string in the mountains of central Italy, and his lead mule stopped. And he claimed that this lead mule could smell ordnance. And this lead mule stopped, and he could not get that lead mule to go, so he knew that there was a problem up ahead. So he radioed back or called back to get the sappers up in front and do a sweep and see if there was any mines or anything up there. And before any of that could happen, a Jeep came up, driven by a sergeant, and had a lieutenant in it. And if any of you guys have ever been in the military, you know that lieutenants are pretty cocky. They're the youngest rank on the officer side, and they come in from ROTC at college, where they were pretty high ranking in the student body, and they come in and they're not real high ranking in the military, but they still carry that cocky arrogance from college with them. And so most lieutenants that come in are fairly cocky, and it takes them to become the rank of major to kind of to mellow out, rather. But I could go on and on about cocky lieutenant stories, because I've dealt with a bunch of them. But in any event, one of these cocky, arrogant lieutenants, this is not Michael's words, these are Dave's words. He pulled up and had a sergeant driver, and he asked what was going on, and the old mule skinner said, there's something wrong up ahead, I can't get the mule to go. And he said the lieutenant scoffed at him, and it's like, I can't believe you're listening to a mule. And he ordered the driver ahead. And Michael said that the story was that he didn't get 40 yards up ahead, and he hit a landmine and killed both the guys in the Jeep. That mule was talking to him. You just got to listen. And like I was talking about in my mule videos, the mules will keep you safe. They will. A horse is, pretty dumb by nature, but the mule thinks through a problem where the horses don't think through the problem. And I'm not going to reiterate everything that I said in those videos, but I will link them at the end of this. But I really appreciated Michael sharing that story with me, and he didn't have to do that, but he felt connected. And that's the neat thing about doing these videos, is people feel connected to you, to where they can open up and share a little bit of their private life with you. And wow, that's choking me up. I really appreciate it when people do that. And I get a lot of kind comments, a lot of nice comments from people all over the world. I'm a young channel. I don't have a whole lot of viewers compared to a lot of these channels, but I've got a lot of loyal followers, and my channel grows every day. YouTube is paying me now. YouTube's been paying me for almost a year. May will be a year that they've been paying me for my videos. I'm just blessed to have that. This is it's a nice outlet for me. I'm retired military, and I'm out here 99% of the time by myself. And, you know, I want people to be out here with me, but everybody's got lives. They've got their children, they've got their husband, they've got their work, they've got, you know, whatever. And they can't come out here and just mess around all day like I get to do. I'm very blessed to be able to have this place and to be able to come out here and share it with you. And I appreciate you guys watching every week and listening to me ramble and watch me build this place, and going back and looking at those videos when I didn't know how to do videos. I still don't know how to do videos. I'm not saying I do. I'm still in a steep learning curve, but my videos are getting a lot better. Nice to be able to go back and look at those videos and the old, well, you should have seen it before I started, to see where it was, to see where it is, and to see in my mind where it's going. There's still a lot of things to do out here, and we're getting there. So anyway, I appreciate you watching this week. Joy appreciates you watching. Jewel doesn't really care, but Joy definitely does. But if she could talk, she would say, remember who you are, be kind to those around you, stand up for what you believe in.